Hello, this is Lisa from Happy Stamp, and today we're going to be making this thanks card. On the inside it says, "You brighten my day." I think it was Stampin' with Tammy. She did this watercolor technique, so I thought I'd give it a try. I think it turned out pretty neat. Her card is a little different than mine, but let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start out with a piece of shimmery white cardstock. I don't know if you can see that at all, but it's shimmery. And it's pretty good for watercoloring, whereas our Whisper White is not. Okay, so I'm going to be using an aqua painter. Looks like this. You fill it up with water. And then it comes out, of course, right here. And the colors I'm going to be using are Real Red, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Cucumber Crush, Pacific Point, and Elegant Eggplant. Okay, so what you do is I open mine up just a crack, and then I push on it, and then there is the ink. And you're going to want to do that on each of your stamp pads. If you didn't have an aqua painter, a paintbrush with some water would work. Okay, well, I guess the first thing I should have done was I need to take my embossing buddy and run that across the top. That prevents any static cling. I'm going to push these back because I don't want any embossing powder on them. And we're going to take our thanks and our Versamark ink. And we're going to stamp that in the middle of our card. You can't, I'm sure, well, maybe you can a little bit. And then we are going to take our black embossing powder. That back in there. Kind of give it a little tap. I don't know why I keep putting that back in there. It doesn't go in there. Man, if you have any strays, you can take your finger or a paintbrush and get them off. I think it's pretty good. I'm going to get a paintbrush just to be safe. All right, now you're going to take your heat gun, and I always let well, I always let my heat gun heat up a little bit, and then I'm not going to be able to do it on camera. I thought maybe I would, but my cord's not long enough. Let it heat up and then go over it so that it dries. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so after it heats up, it gets shiny. That's how you know that you're done embossing. Don't let it go too long because you'll burn your powder or your paper. And it does warp a little bit, but you stick it down with glue and it doesn't really show. So, okay, let's get started with our watercoloring here. So I'm going to take my aqua painter, make sure that it's wet. I'm going to take my first color, which is real red. Just going to scribble a little bit over here. Then I'm going to wipe that off. Then I'm going to go to my pumpkin pie. You want to overlap it a little bit. Then I'm going to go to my Daffodil Delight. Oh well. And my Cucumber Crush. And my Pacific Point. And my Elegant Eggplant. And make it a little more green. It's more red. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Close up all my ink pads. Then I'm going to take this over to my heat tool and I am going to dry it with my heat tool or my heat gun. It's not real wet, so it's not going to take real long, but come back and finish the card in a second. Okay, I'm back. So it's all nice and dry. When I heated it from the back side because, like I said, you don't want to ruin your embossing. So I heated it from the back side, and then if I did do it on the top, I tried to go around this as much as I could. All right, so now we're going to need a piece of basic black that is 1/4 inch larger than our Whisper or our shimmery white piece. And so that is going to be, let's see, 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. So this piece, I don't know if I mentioned, was 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay, so we're going to put some glue. I'm going to use the liquid glue. It holds a little bit better. Make sure that I get it in the corners. And that's just going to leave an 1/8 inch border on all 4 sides. Okay. So I'm just going to push it down from the back side. There we go. I might need a little more right here and right down here. Okay, just to keep it down. Okay. There we go, that's better. And then to make the little dots from the thanks, I took some of our basic rhinestone jewels and I took a Sharpie, just a plain old black Sharpie, and I colored 3 rhinestones. And that's going to be our dot, dot, dot. Thought I cut those apart. Evidently I didn't. Okay, there we go. And then that is going to get placed on a elegant eggplant base that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Give that a good crease with our bone folder. And then we're also going to get glue on the back of this. And that's going to leave a nice 1/4 inch border around the edges of the card. Okay, and now for our inside, we're going to take a piece of Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4, and we are going to take from this, oh, did I tell you what stamp site we were using? Probably not. It's called Sunburst Sayings, and it comes in a bundle. Okay, sorry. So I'm using Sunburst Sayings, and we use this thanks, and we're going to use You Brighten My Day, and then this little dot, dot, dot border right up there. All right, so I'm going to take the little saying, and I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo Black. And we're going to stamp that in the middle. All right, and then we're going to take this little border, and I'm going to use the same color markers for the stamp pads, and I'm just going to color a little bit on each one of the, with each one of the markers in the same order. So you just use the side of your marker. Just color on the dots. Looks like I got a purple's going to have a lot. Okay. All right. And then I'm just going to huff on it to re-moisten the ink from the beginning because it sat there a little while I did the rest. And I'm just going to put that down at the bottom. Oh, and I did it backwards, but that's okay. All right, so then we will take this with a little bit of Fast Fuse. And that goes on the inside of your card to finish it up. All right, so there's that one. And this is the one that I made earlier. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know. All of these supplies can be purchased on my website at www.happystamp.stampinup.net. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you liked my video, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot. Bye.